get on out of that student union, walk across the quad. The lecture hall doors are open. Salem University is in session, and we got a guest lecturer with us.
Well, I didn't get my diploma from Salem University yet,
Oh,
so maybe
well.
I'll get one today.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Matt.
Hey, it's me, Kat.
And we are here with the world-renowned daytime superstar. You know her, you love her, you've heard her voice in Star Wars projects, you've seen her in primetime, you've seen her all over daytime. It is Tina Huang. Hello, and welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, everyone.
Hey. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for giving us your time this afternoon to sit down and talk to little old us about daytime, days of our lives, Melinda, and anything else.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. Absolutely, it's always a pleasure.
It's really interesting because we've been lucky enough to kind of catch the major actors who have been playing this plot thread that's kind of existed in Days of Our Lives for, I don't know, the last 2 years or so since we've been watching. And it starts with Melinda and Remington, who plays Li Shin, going on dates and starting to fall in love with one another before he meets his untimely demise. So Remington Hoffman is actually the first person from Days that we've had on the show, and it's super fun. And then that led to...
He's the coolest, right?
He is. He's so fun. So fun to hang out with, and we've actually been lucky enough to run into him at a bar for a Day Players event.
Yep.
And that led into actually talking to Sherry Jimenez and Julie Dove.
Amazing. Oh, gosh.
And now we have
now
you
we're
on.
talking to
And now
you.
we're talking to you on. And these four
Yeah,
characters
boom,
have been
boom.
kind of like intrinsically connected through the whole Li Shin, through the whole Connie Vaninsky story, being tied together in chairs, surviving Demira explosions, being tied to a bed for weeks on end until the fans start to wonder, how is it that Melinda's able to use the bathroom? Has she eaten? All of these things have come up. It's super fun from our point of view and perspective to be able to just talk to all four of you.
Oh, well, I have to say that storyline was so much fun to do because it just felt so classically soap in some ways.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it just could dive in and go 110% in every scene, which is like super high stakes. It was just so fun. I loved every moment of it.
Yeah. And as audience, like that is like cream of the crop soap story, especially when Days of Our Lives does it, because they're just so wacky and off the wall and goofy and just goes there when they want to. That it's food.
It's very fun to watch.
It's so
very
fun to watch.
Entertainment, right? We're making entertainment.
It's super entertaining, super entertaining. And well, I mean, when you're presented things like that, because Melinda comes in and she stirs the pot. She's never not up to nothing. Sometimes it's being tied to a bed. Sometimes it's hiding a baby. Sometimes it's giving a baby to a mom. A lot of times it's baby centric.
The first few wasn't baby centric. There was a lot of bribery, a lot of money going around, a lot of like trying to get the bad guys. And then I took a turn and like, yeah, this interest in babies.
Just a big Well, I mean,
Very strong.
would you?
Yeah,
go ahead, Ma.
I'll tell you my theory on the baby thing. I think it all goes back to the Melinda that's vulnerable because of her backstory. And that's why she wants to do all the wrong things for what she thinks are the right reasons.
You hit
She's
it on the
trying
head.
to fix it. She's trying to fix her. Yes.
Yes. I mean,
That's
that's
what
what
I
I
see.
tell myself. I agree.
But
I
boy,
agree.
she uses a crooked path to get there. That's for sure.
What do they say? The ends justify the means, which I'm not sure I agree with. I don't agree with all of her methods, but I have to say, what is she? I used to say she was deliciously evil, but now I'm like, oh, I get it. You know, she really does have, I see her as, and I have to see her this way, that she has a heart of gold. She has a heart of gold. She really does. She's got a tough exterior to like protect herself because of things from her past. But overall, she wants to help the innocent overall.
She does. But even today, though, she will taunt Julie Williams with that dang necklace. Even today, she's not all good.
Nope.
Nope,
She's
nope.
not. She's got to have a little fun too. I mean, come on now. A little fun.
Well, I
To be
mean,
fair, she did buy it fair and
she
square.
did. It's not her fault that old Dougie 3 nabbed it from this old woman and put it up for auction. Like, it's not her fault at all. I mean, gosh, the life of this necklace. I think Gwen has it on the show now. So
Oh, does she? I don't
yeah.
know where the necklace went after I was like, who has the necklace now? I kept asking, I didn't get an answer. So
I think yeah,
Julie
Gwen.
doesn't have it back yet?
Not yet, but I imagine. I mean, this necklace has been a central plot line for a number of months now, so I would imagine it's going to wind up back in Julie's hands before we know it. At least I'm hoping so. Julie needs a win, folks, and it's got to be that necklace. Well, I appreciate the perspective that you were giving when it comes to how you approach the decision making of Melinda and how to play that, because I find Melinda Trask to be one of the most complex characters that's on Days of Our Lives. And a lot of it has to do with what it is that you and Ma were just talking about when it comes to this baby anchor that she has inside of her that really pushes a lot of the decisions that she makes.
I
When you are,
appreciate you recognize that. I like
Yeah.
that you appreciate that she's complex. I try to make her, at first it's deceptive. You're like, oh, she's just a troublemaking, like, hard. What do you,
Well,
what's a nice non-curse word to say? Like
she's just a she's a
a
person.
buster, a
She
buster, you know?
yeah. Well, it depends on who you ask, but an assertive woman sometimes has a negative connotation.
kind of
Yeah, yeah, and sometimes we have to see assertive, confident women as positive things too.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a vulnerability as well, and also a purpose, a goal
Yeah.
in line. So yeah,
But I
thanks for
really
being.
do think that Melinda really does see herself in Sophia. She didn't see herself in Sloane, that's
No,
for sure.
Oh no, God,
it's a
Sloane
very
hated that
different.
baby.
It's a whole different approach.
Well, also I have to point out, since we're talking about it, Sloane never took my advice.
That's
No.
true.
Every time I told her, I said she always did the opposite. Ever
Yeah.
I said, stop
were
drinking
always-
and
yeah,
talking.
you were
She would
always-
drink and talk.
Yeah. You would
That whole
fix
thing fell
it, she'd
apart.
mess it up, you try to fix it again, she'd mess it up. Yeah.
Yeah, you did a
Yeah.
lot of Melinda. Not, well, you as Melinda did a lot of work for Sloane, and she really did just mess that entire thing up. And thank God you didn't get in too much trouble for it.
Oh, thank good. Yeah, I think it's Melinda really needed a friend.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds so silly, but she really did need somebody to like her in town.
She still
And
does.
She
She
still
still
did.
does.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
does need a friend, don't you guys think?
Yeah, she
Hope
does.
you agree.
Well, I mean,
Well, I like Melinda doing crazy stuff, okay? So I'm all for you teaming up with Kristen. Maybe you can
Oh.
help. Maybe you can help the Damaras get their.
see, now that's interesting because the characters of Melinda and Kristen have such a storied history that we missed all of.
Yes,
Oh.
We
did.
missed every moment of it. So, take us back. Some of these moments,
machine.
these time machines, because you're the second actress to play Melinda, but I think that you were the most recognized as Melinda, the one that maybe has played the more story.
Maybe maybe.
At
I'm not
least you're
sure,
my
to be honest
Melinda.
with you.
At least you're mine. You're my Melinda. At least,
you.
I think of the character and then your face pops into my head. But you really have been playing scenes with the who's who of Days of Our Lives, from Hortons to Demirs and Kristen and Julie and necklaces and this, that, and the other thing. And there's always such impact that Melinda has anytime she comes on. It's not a wasted character. You're not there
You would
standing in
think
the
I would win
background.
some cases.
You don't. No, that's okay. But listen, the DAs never win. All right, we've been going through the cycle of DAs. Paulina cannot be happy with the DA for longer than 6 months, and they all lose. They all do. They all do. So
And they keep on letting EJ back in. Like, why? I don't get it.
I know EJ, which I had to build. I love Dan. I love Dan very much. He's such an awesome person, and he's such a great actor. But I'm always like, Melinda's whole thing with EJ is that he's abusive. Like she's like, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
How does he keep skirting around the law? How does he keep getting away with everything? But yeah, Melinda's the bad guy. It's
no.
fucking-
It's funny.
Right now in storyline, we are right up against who has shot EJ.
Ooh.
It's not been told yet, and Johnny's trial is next week. I know you guys
Oh.
are so far ahead.
Yeah.
Johnny's trial is next week, so we are just about, I'm sure, the next couple of weeks going to find out who actually shot EJ.
Those are going to be very, very good episodes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're
Did you
really
sneak
excited.
onto the soundstage and watch them do it?
No, I'm like, well, actually, some of us sometimes put our little like phones in our. We have these monitors in our dressing room so we can
Mm-hmm.
watch where they are while we're shooting. Some of us put our little phones and record and then watch back later, just to like
Oh.
see each other's acting and see your own acting and stuff like that. And I just some of the stuff I saw, like they're just all so everybody's so good.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
Yeah.
really is
I
very
understand the mindset of that. Back in the day, back when I was in high school doing theater, I went to every rehearsal, even though my character might not have been in the scene. I went to every single one of them because I enjoyed watching my friends go up there and act and learn how to do it.
yes.
And it really helped me also place where I was in the
Yes.
overarching story. Like, what does my part matter to what it is that the audience is receiving?
Yes.
And so I
And the
totally
soap,
understand that pull.
yeah, and the soap can be really daunting. There's so many long histories and storylines that even that pick back up from like 30 years ago, or
Mm-hmm.
because the show's been 61 years now on. If you
Yeah.
think about that, that's really
Yeah.
that's really
Amazing.
And
so. A lot of the histories tie back to something else. So sometimes you're just like, I don't know what's happening and what's the
yeah.
nuance here. So it's not one big brushstroke, but a very detailed,
Mm-hmm.
nuanced
Mm-hmm.
character analysis.
And you're kind of getting, we're getting that with Melinda right now because a lot of the choices that she's making is based off of story that happened years and years ago when it comes to the loss of her daughter and not knowing her as a child and that sort of stuff. So what do you,
And she was raised as your sister, wasn't she? In the
She was.
story. She was
see, I
raised as
missed
your
that
sister.
detail.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is there anything that you do to kind of go back into your own history books or encyclopedia that is Melinda to kind of remind yourself of these events that happened to her that's informing today?
Really, I just look at the scripts. I look at the scripts, and then I've asked people, like you said, I've been doing the role since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So, and unfortunately, I didn't have all the information for the wonderful
Who
actress that
does?
played Melinda before. But that because I also think when we moved to Peacock, we only get 2 seasons that are on there. We don't have all the old
Oh,
seasons.
yes.
So I
Oh,
couldn't go.
okay.
Yeah, so I didn't go back and get to watch all of the stuff, but I was told
Mm-hmm.
what happened.
Yeah.
I knew I had this really contentious relationship with Kristen because of her. She lost her baby and then pushed my daughter sister
Down a
down the
flight of
stairs.
stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just drawing on that
So,
history already, and I knew that we were going to have a complicated relationship going forward, but
Yeah.
you're right, Mama Cat. That's what you're on your ass. I love the idea of having a complicated relationship with Kristen, and you'll see, we do have, I mean, we have been having
Yeah.
scenes together. So,
a
it's
crazy,
just wonderful.
a trio of like nonsense and up to no good would be Melinda, Gwen, and
Oh.
Kirsten.
There's so
That'd
many
be a
great.
disaster.
What I love about
Disaster,
Days is there's
disaster.
so many great female characters on our show. There really are. Like any combination, I would love to be paired up with Belle. Like I think Melinda and Belle could have a really interesting like girl friendship, that could be
Uh-huh.
a frenemy type situation,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is really
yeah,
fun.
maybe you could open Belle's eyes when it comes to EJ, maybe. Because right now she's doe-eyed and a little bit dumb. Right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, isn't that the best soap character? Doe-eyed and dumb, you know?
Or mustache twirly evil.
Oh,
Yes,
yes, yes.
that's always super fun.
But yeah, no, it's been super fun. So that's yeah. I draw from the scripts and I just
Mm-hmm.
use my imagination and think about what that kind of hurt is because she's not just angry.
Yeah.
Melinda's not angry. I mean, she's in grief, and
Yeah.
grief shows up in so many different ways. And that's
Yeah,
what
she
she's in the
loves
middle
herself
of.
a lot, She loves herself a lot, and sometimes that doesn't come out in the best qualities.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And
But it's
it may be flawed. It's
so,
okay.
but with that, like with the scenes with Sophia,
Hmm.
the empathy we see, you never see empathy in Melinda,
Hmm.
but you do in this particular circumstance.
Yeah.
Well, Sophia's not
Yeah.
a bad guy, you know? There's plenty of reason to have empathy.
I mean, ultimately,
Yeah.
Sophia is a teenager.
Yeah.
Yes,
She's a
yes.
young kid. She's a young woman. So I think that's also part of it. It's like as judgmental as Melinda might be, or judgment of the community against her.
Mm-hmm.
There is that, and not that her actions are correct.
Mm-hmm.
But that's life.
She's also up against people
Right.
whose actions aren't correct either. You know, so it's kind of what side of the fence do you want to take?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of villainy that's attributed to Melinda because of who she's up against, not necessarily because of what she's doing. You know, like these
Right.
are bad people who have done bad things. You're just willing to go to
Just
places
meeting
that
their
they are.
energy. That's all.
Yeah, you're just meeting them on their
their
level.
That's very funny.
But when you're given a script and it's an opportunity to almost get exploded in the Demira basement versus playing something that's like emotionally heavy, like encouraging Sophia to make the phone call to Tate, do you have a preference over what it is that Melinda's up to when it comes to kind of the goof versus the serious?
You know, I always have the tendency to want to inject a little bit of humor. That's just like who I am as an artist. Even when it's dramatic, I always want to be like, there's always a little part that's kind of funny. Like,
Yeah.
how did we get in this situation where we're in a basement tied to chairs about to be blown up by a lunatic? You know,
Yes.
like I love injecting a
Love
little
it.
bit of humor because it's unexpected. It's, playing against it a little bit. It makes it, like you said, a little bit more complex. Because like when you're in danger, you don't like to only feel like you're in danger. You do a lot of things to try to make yourself feel better, like
Yeah.
make jokes.
Right, right. Try to
But
lighten the situation.
I actually love getting to play those empathetic moments, to be honest with you. Like you said, any opportunity to show a different side of a character,
Yeah.
which the writers, which I love, keep unveiling new parts, peeling the onion deeper for me too. Like I don't there's a lot of things I never thought Melinda would be doing. So it's super exciting and always fun as an actor to find out what that's going to be. And maybe they're trying to find out what my limit is. I don't know.
Is
but
there one? I mean, is there
I don't
something?
think so.
Right
I feel like-
now, right now, Melinda is very, very involved in what Sophia's doing. So we have not actually seen a reaction from you that you really don't work for Kristen anymore. Not
I'm
really.
saying-
You don't work for the Damaras anymore. You actually
not
work
work
for
for the
those
Damaras
other two
anymore?
fools.
So here's what's going on with that. I know it's been a long time. So right now, Xander is in charge of the Demira Enterprises thing.
Okay.
And with that, I think Melinda had lost her job because she had been
yes, yes,
Demira aligned and not Kyriakis aligned. So she was dismissed.
That's
So
correct.
right now, I believe you're just occupying your time trying to help Sophia out with
But
this
I believe
baby.
Xander's already turned to me. I believe that was maybe the week before. Did Xander already come to me about his fight with Sarah?
Maybe.
I'm
Maybe.
like, maybe
Maybe.
I've said too much.
Maybe
so-
you've said exactly the right thing, and everybody needs to stay tuned, folks, because more is coming.
Well, I was, I would think, I thought, of course, right now your story is very much with Sophia, but you would think that Melinda would have more reaction to that. She would be ready to fight a little more.
Give it time. Give it time.
With
What's
all
great
that.
about Days of Our Lives is that every character works with every other character. Not that they do regularly. I mean, the concept of Melinda sharing scenes with anybody on the cast makes sense in the world of Days of Our Lives, and that is one of the best things about that show.
I feel pretty lucky. Specifically my character, I've gotten to be involved in a lot of, even in small ways, in a lot of storylines, which is always surprising to me. I'd be like, oh, I've never done it. I love you as a human. I've never done a scene with you before.
It's the Trask effect. You pop up where you least expect. I didn't expect Melinda Trask to walk up with. Yeah, I didn't expect Melinda to walk up with Julie's necklace. Like it's just
I didn't either.
this is where we're going to put Melinda. Melinda's going to get involved here. This is where Melinda's going to make an impact, and that is one of my favorite parts about Melinda Trask. It comes with the other side of the coin, though. Also means that we will go weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks without Melinda because she's not there stirring the pot,
Right.
which is unfortunate for a Melinda fan like myself.
All right, guys. You heard it here. Clamor for Melinda.
More Melinda. There's room. There's legs, and I really saw it early on because Li Shin and Melinda Trask potentially falling in love with each other was one of the things that anchored me to Days of Our Lives when I first turned it on. 2 years ago, I was spending some random time because we had been podcasting about General Hospital for ages.
Yes.
And I'm like, you know what? Let's expand a little bit. Let's see what else is out there in Soapland because we've been very much an ABC family when it comes to soap operas, and there's only one left. So I put on Days because I had heard all sorts of Days is fun, Days is great. You check it out. They go there. Mrs. Horton was killed by a donut. Like, watch it. So I turned it on. One of the very first things that I saw was Leo Stark sleeping with Dmitri von Leuschner,
Oh yeah.
and then
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
deciding to get married in the afterglow. And I'm like, okay, all right, the show is the show for me. And then after that, it's Melinda and Lee went on a little date, and they were starting to lean toward romance with the two
Right, and you
characters.
didn't know if like I was black, or if I was trying to get information
Yes.
out of him, or to use
Yeah.
against him.
It
Or
was kind
I
of
know
both. Like he was trying to
it
like kind of
was.
troll you a little bit, and you were trying to get
Yeah,
some information about something he was involved in.
yeah,
But ultimately, like you both clearly had a thing for one another based
we
off of those
did.
first couple of dates.
Yes,
And
yes.
We did.
that potential,
Kind energy.
I thought it was super cute and super charming, and it was
Yeah,
something that
I
kept me
think
tuning in.
yeah, I think that was really fun for Melinda because, like I said, like again, your actions don't always like sometimes your actions betray you, and that was one of those things where it's like I couldn't help it. It was like I could get evidence, but
Yeah.
also like I like him,
But I
and
like him.
like
He's sweet. He's
yeah,
not trying to
Melinda
kill people
hasn't had
anymore.
like romance or anyone take interest in her or be kind to her in that
Hmm.
way. So it was really fun. I mean, I remember specifically, which is really difficult to remember anything that you shot previously in terms
Yeah.
of how many lines we have to remember, but I had a really long monologue talking about, being in college and then traveling through Italy and being at vineyards and
Yeah.
feeling like I had to give up my whole life and all of this stuff. And it was a very vulnerable moment. And I remember telling him on that date, I was like, I really love that. I really love that I got to have that another generative part of Melinda's history to add to the story. And to have that romance with Lee was super special. Remington could not be a better person to work with. Super gentleman, super kind. And I would have. I wish we had more time in that story. But
I hope there's
certainly,
more time in the future for that story, you know? I
I
mean,
know.
Dr. Rolf he's a magic man. He could definitely bring Lee Shin back to life any
That's
moment.
true.
In any
That's
moment.
also a blessing of our genre. They can come back anytime.
For
When
sure.
we talked to Remington, we told him we want you, we want Dr. Roth to help you out. We
Just
really
help
do.
me out. Just bring him back.
What did he say? What did he say to that?
He said he's working on it or something like that. He's in the sub, you know? Like, just wait. Just Lee's hanging out in the sub. Just in the sub. So all of that you just talked about adding to the tapestry that is Melinda and being able to play these dates with Lee. Now, if you take someone like me, who that's one of the first episodes of Days of Our Lives that I watched with attention, that is an excellent introduction to Melinda and immediately hooked me and immediately made me super curious about her. And when I've asked other Days of Our Lives fans who knew a little bit more about Melinda, they're like, oh no, this is like new. This is a whole new level of Melinda. And so I was really excited to see that. And because of that, because of the connection I felt with Melinda through the writing and through your performance, anytime you show up with that Trask effect, I'm very excited to see. And so
Yeah, that's
with little hints there that there's stuff with Kristen coming up, perhaps, and more to unfold when it comes to Sophia and Tate's baby drama. That means there's more Melinda to look forward to, and I'm excited for that.
Oh my gosh! I just think about how much Sophia breaks my little heart. I mean, she's just she's a wonderful actress. Also, Rachel, like she's just a Rachel Boyd. She's really a partner to work with. And yeah, just the character, that story, just the situation she's in. It's just so, you know what I mean? Easy to connect with, really.
I even felt bad for her mother last week because her
Oh yeah.
mother comes across to Sorrow in the park with Leo, and comes across him in the park not knowing who, and has a little chat and connects with the baby at some level. I even felt bad for Mrs. Choi, and that's a stretch for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, she plays that character really well. It's very
they've been
difficult
great
to play that.
additions. They've
Yeah.
been like great additions, great characters, great actors. And
And
I've
I would
mentioned,
be remiss not to mention it's been really exciting as also an Asian American female to be on a soap opera and to have Rachel and Sheena and Remington and to have this population in Salem to be represented. So it's been
I'm
really
glad
nice
that you brought that up because I wasn't sure how to approach the subject.
well, I did it for you.
Thank you. Is there any element of that's feeding into your performance and character choices and motivations of Melinda?
I think the cultural piece is really important. Like you've heard the background about even losing or giving up my daughter,
Yeah.
Haley, was because of a lot of cultural bias and needing to not be
Hmm.
shunned
Yeah.
from community, and hiding her basically with my parents. So there's a lot of shame around that, and also just being able to, in the larger scope of just soap operas, and there hasn't been a lot of representation for. So for us, I'm always trying to. Another reason why I want to make the character complex and be flawed, completely
Yeah.
flawed, and not right all the time, but also like imbue her with enough humanity so people could see why she would do these things. So yeah, the cultural piece is definitely a big part of it for myself,
Hmm.
at least.
Well, I know Matthew would love to see Victoria Grace come back. He
Oh,
loves her.
I
I do.
love her.
I do.
I was gonna say that's the other character when you were like, oh, saying the thing about Melinda and Sophia. I was thinking I kind of also really treasured the moments, the very few moments I had with Wendy.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
really love those moments, like advising her to go home, like what with when she was saying she was dealing with her parents' shame and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it was a Christmas episode, I believe, and it still sticks out in my mind because it was really special to
Yeah.
also just to be, uh, I won't say old, I will say older or more mature actress, and then to have the younger generation. That's what I also love about Melinda, is that I kind of get to play, how soaps are like
Oh
generational.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And like Melinda gets to kind of be involved in all three tiers,
Hmm.
the,
Hmm.
veterans, the middle, and the younger teens and college students, which is super fun to be able to traverse those storylines. And for me, it was super important to share those scenes with Wendy, and to be just have a young Asian American actress there, and to just share those moments, is it's very special to me.
Yeah, I really enjoy Victoria Grace just as a
She's
performer, and
awesome.
I haven't had a chance to ever talk to her like in person or anything like that, or during one of these. But there's just something about her performances. There's something about what she brought to Wendy that I just really enjoyed and wanted to see more of. And it's
You're
just
wonderful.
on one hand, it's great that Days of Our Lives has this revolving door of characters because it keeps everything fresh and somebody has something to do. But also at the same time, you really connect and enjoy a particular actor or a character, and then they're gone. They're thrown in the back of the truck, in the trunk like Stefano DiMera, and just. Or Stefan DiMera thrown into a
Yeah.
trunk, and now we don't see Brandon Barash anymore because they threw him in the back of a trunk, and
Him in the trunk, and that was it.
and that was
That's a
it.
great heartbreak for Melinda too. She loves that. She loved that, Stefan. She loves
God,
that,
she
Stefan.
loves everybody. Maybe that's her biggest flaw is that she actually really does love everybody.
She seems like she feels nothing, and she's cruel, and she's heartless, but ultimately what it is she feels too much all
That's
the
what it
time.
is. Yeah.
That's why she's so fiery. She feels too much all the time.
I mean, you put it down
Just
like you have thought
boil
about it
over.
before.
She boils over.
She boils over.
Big time. Big
Boils
time.
over. Well,
What?
if you could pick someone that's on the a character on the cast right now to be a love interest for
Oh,
Melinda.
this question.
You love it, right? It
I
comes
know,
up all the
I,
time.
I get that question a lot. It seems like people really want Melinda to have a love interest.
I think it's
Well, we want you to win in that department as well.
I think it's two things. Number one, it's soap operas, and what are we doing if we're not dating somebody on a soap? The second thing too is I think that shows the connection and the interest that the fans do have with Melinda and what it is that she brings. And there's this question of, well, what about this part of her life as well?
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a good question. Who would she pick? Oh, it's so
See,
hard.
see, she
They're all so great.
right. I mean,
Who
we're
would you
anybody.
pick for Melinda?
Brady,
That's a good question. Who?
Brady. She needs
Brady.
somebody that's the complete opposite. Yeah,
Interesting.
she needs somebody to bring out somebody that would like play the box drum for her, and she would actually enjoy it. You know.
Be like uncomfortable and squirming, but be like, it's kind of hot.
But like I like it at the same time. Can you just wear a tank
Yeah.
top while you're doing it? That sort of stuff. I just want to see. I think it would be fun. Plus, when it comes down to it, I think that Eric Marstoff is.
Love
I
him.
can't say his last name correctly ever, but I think that he is just. I don't know. I don't even know the right word. He's just excellent and does excellent work with everything that they give him. And
So good. I'm telling you, I'm so lucky. Everybody around me, the whole cast, honestly, like, whatever material we're given or whatever transition the show is in, or what stories are turning over, everyone's so good, and everyone's so humble and so kind and generous. Yeah, so it's hard to know. I would share with anybody, but Eric is really
I know who it's going to be. This is
Oh,
my.
she's figured it out.
I'm spinning a story. Eric's coming back without Nicole. He's going to forgive you.
Oh, there we go. You'd be like, you know what?
that would be a really big one. That would be a
Wouldn't
really
that be surprising?
Because of you, I actually was able to raise my child. So
Yeah,
I think I
Jude-
owe you a date.
Yeah. Jude's ultimately with me because you were doing the wrong thing for the right reason. I forgive you. And look at Nicole. She's yesterday's news.
Oh,
I do think EJ and Melinda would be an interesting relationship. Like a dangerous in terms of setting up like a dangerous situation.
Yes, that's a dangerous pairing. I felt that way about Stefan and Gabby. They were just so great being rocked together. And I think that Melinda and EJ could be great at being rotten together.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
could.
one of us would have to turn real dark and we'd have to see what, like what, or it could be really fun, like it could be I think that could be an interesting one, like just based on, I mean, that wouldn't I mean, I love all the actors, but Brady for sure would be an interesting
that'd
one.
be fun. That'd be fun for me, at least as a fan. I'd like to watch that.
That's one of the things that he and I do on our show a lot is just spin story. We do that.
Why watch a soap if you're not going to sit there and make up what's happening next?
Yes.
You
That's
know?
hard. The fan fiction is so much fun. I want somebody to write a whole fan fiction about Melinda. Please, I'll read it online. I'll be Googling Melinda Trask. Who's she in love
Write
with
that
now?
down.
And
Let's
I'll
see,
read it.
Melinda and someone fan fiction. I'll write the Eric story. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fanfic my way onto being a part of the Days of Our Lives writing staff, and then I got you. All right.
There you go. It happened before, I believe. I think that,
Oh yeah. I don't know names of anybody that does anything, but there's been success stories out there for sure. I was curious about some of the other stuff that you've done outside of Days of Our Lives. Of course, we all know the time that you spent on Risoli and Isles,
oh yes.
which was a crime procedural, right? Yes. I
It's
mean,
funny.
yeah.
People used to recognize me all the time from that show because I did it for about 6 years. But I would wear like only when I was wearing a ponytail and glasses.
Oh, okay.
Because that
Right.
was like my character, ponytail and glasses.
Well, you can put yourself now in like the shoes of Superman. Then I
Yes.
mean, you change the
Yeah.
hairstyle, throw on some glasses, and people see you as somebody else entirely.
Clarka Kenta.
Ah, ha.
No, Risoli was a really, really fun time for me because Susie was a totally different character. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen my character on the show, but very like, hi, like very supportive and let's like figure out the sign. I was a nerd and like
Yeah.
she like, did all these had all these really eccentric hobbies and was a criminologist.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, you have to be a quirky criminologist on one of those shows. You can't just be
I-
like a regular criminologist.
exactly. I loved every moment of it. It was really great fun. Great fun.
And I'm sure a completely different world than showing up on daytime because you're not. I mean,
So different.
5 pages rather than 25 or 50, right?
Exactly. You don't get 8 days to shoot an episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Matthew and I are friends with Fido Xavier, and he's told us all about what it's really like for you guys and how many pages you really have, and just the process of an episode, just all of it.
And Fido,
It
he
was
directs for General
fascinating
Hospital.
for us.
Oh, he directs.
Yeah, he directed for General Hospital and did a little bit of Beyond the Gates as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
That's one of my best friends. She's Carla Mosley. She plays Danny on.
Oh, really? Okay, so did you?
Oh,
Okay.
Ruby Holler.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's so amazing. But yeah, we went to college together. And
See,
we
these
were-
connections, these Hollywood connections are crazy sometimes because my theater teacher in high school was college roommates with the guy who played the dad on the Wonder Years.
Oh, yeah. Oh gosh.
Dan,
Lauria.
Dan Lauria, yeah, they were college roommates, and so I met Dan Lauria at a Chinese restaurant once in high school because my theater teacher was college roommates with him, and so you have a throwback relationship with Carla Mosley. Steve Burton and Laura Wright know each other from Guiding Light a billion years ago, and that friendship has persisted. And it's just so interesting sometimes to hear just the small world that it is Hollywood sometimes.
It sure is.
So you're actually sort of preempting your friend there right now, because typically right now we're talking about her.
Oh yeah, yeah. He
We
was
What do you mean?
because we cover Beyond the Gates a little bit on the channel too. And this is the hour that we would be usually talking about
Yeah.
it.
We talk about Days of Our Lives and we talk about Beyond the Gates. And we affectionately call her Rootin' Tootin' Danny.
Yes,
Oh,
rootin' tootin'
Danny.
Danny. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell her that.
And she started the very first week with pulling a gun at her
Oh
ex-husband's
yeah.
wedding.
Oh yeah. That show. Did you catch the beginning of Beyond the Gates, or is that a no in the
Are
soap?
you kidding me? I did a whole post. We had a little viewing party. I did a whole real casual, but with a few friends. We dressed up, and then
That's awesome.
I think within the first minute of meeting Danny, she's like throwing a coffee cup against the wall.
Yeah.
And then not only that, she follows up by throwing a second coffee cup against the
yes.
wall and smashing it. And I was like, this is a great introduction to a character.
This is
This
good.
tells you everything you need to know about her. She don't have to say a single word. She just is smashing coffee cups. That's it. I'm in.
Well, that show has excelled in just unfolding information about their characters. Every
Yeah.
week is a new discovery about what it is that these people are all about, and it
Right.
shifts an audience perspective constantly on.
No, but that's exciting to be at the beginning of a soap.
It
'cause you're
really is.
explored.
And
You
so
create something.
surprising that we're having that opportunity now to
I
see the
know.
beginning of a soap.
So,
know.
how is the reaction like that as somebody who works on soaps? Like, was there extreme excitement on the Days of Our Lives set because of Beyond the Gates?
I think so. I think a lot of people were really excited to see that the genre would have some new life breathed into it. I mean, anytime that happens, right? When you hear that things you just find out about shows ending, which
Yeah.
that was the trend for a long
Mhm.
time. But hearing that a new one was coming, and especially on CBS, like you know what I mean, like a network,
Yeah.
have so much rollout. There was so much rollout for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all excited to see that, and that people wanted it. People want
Mhm.
to see soaps still, and I'm still shocked. Like being on Days for close to 5 years now, it's really wild. I'm always blown away by the incredible fan base that people still watch and people still feel very connected to the stories. That's so exciting, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, being connected to the stories and being excited about it is the reason why we do the podcast, like Mom and I do the podcast.
Oh, he'll come back.
Oh, am I gone? Am I back now?
No, you froze. You know how you
Oh.
froze for like
Oh.
5 seconds every once in a while?
Yeah, that happens. The
that
internet.
happens.
All right,
That
I'm back. We're good. We're good. All right. Anyway, oh gosh, I hope we're good.
There we go.
That's the reason why we started the podcast, is because of just the love of soaps, the love of the genre, the love of the art that is this daytime thing. And I might be one of the most nerdy people when it comes to, to watching daytime that you come across, because I dissect this thing like crazy. I really enjoy the amount that a soap is able to cover when they really want to, and how effective it can be. And I think the stories that Melinda plays, that you play as Melinda and all of that, really lean in and contribute to that overall just depth that soaps can really achieve.
Thank you.
And so I'm thankful for that. That's for absolute sure. I'm trying to pick one of these questions here in my chicken scratch. I realized I wrote them too fast and now I can't read them.
Doggone, Matt.
Oh, here's the thing. You recently provided your voice for a Star Wars project, right?
Oh,
the
yeah,
Bad
that's what you
Ones, or the Bad Batch, something like that. And then that also, when I was exploring your IMDb, that led to other voiceover work that you've done out there in the
Yeah,
world.
I don't even think all my voice stuff is actually added to
Oh
IMDb.
wow! Oh
Yeah,
wow!
like I have my little mic here.
Oh, so you just do it right there at home, huh?
Not well, it depends. Like some of the stuff is remote, but it's the auditions. You got to record
That's
from home,
fair.
and then
That's fair.
you go into the studio. So, but it also things were a little strange during the pandemic, so it was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of isolated voice performance instead of having a whole cast in a room and getting to
Mm-hmm.
act off. But yeah, it's a super. I only started doing it in 2020, and I've been fortunate enough to get some good voiceover
Yeah.
jobs.
Is that something that you pursued on your own, or something that was recommended to you by somebody else out there?
That's a good question. I always used to get that question a lot if I did voiceover,
Mm-hmm.
and it always seemed like an impossible field to break into, just because there are people that are very, very good at it, and
Yeah.
they can do a million things, like Mel Blanc, like
Yeah.
Mel Blanc's people that can do a lot of voices.
Yeah.
and I just didn't know if I would be able to do it. But then I think I just said, why am I not pursuing
Why
this? And
not?
then I talked to my reps, and they were able to get me, with an agency, and
See,
then
that's the
immediately started
secret.
auditioning.
That's the. I just need representation, Ma. I just need representation.
Well, if you ever catch us on just a regular episode of Days for Dummies or the 10th Floor, Matthew does imitations of a lot of characters on the
Oh,
show.
Oh,
oh, I don't throw my voice like a Mel Blanc or anything like that.
Well, no, but it's just
but if
fun.
you ever need a Charles
Part of
Shaughnessy,
what
just
makes
come
it
call
fun.
me. All right. If there's ever need
hey,
ADR for Shane Donovan, I'm here.
okay, okay. I have to say, so to learn my lines, going back to like how much we shoot and how much we have to memorize, I use an app on my phone called Rehearsal 2, and you can basically upload the PDF of the script, and then you can like highlight and record the other character's lines, so you can read with somebody, right? And for me, I haven't told all my other castmates this, but I do impressions of them.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So that I
Love
can,
that.
hear what they're gonna do and how they're gonna say it. How are they gonna say
Oh,
them
come on, Sarah.
All right, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. Yes.
So
Exactly.
it's fun. I gotta play some of the scenes back to them so they kind of
It's
get an idea of what I'm doing.
He always says her name drawn out like Sarah.
Sarah?
And then whenever she's really mad at him, she says Xander.
Aren't they so wonderful together?
They're amazing together. Whether they love each other or hate each other, put them on my screen with one another.
They both just got nominated for daytime Emmys.
And well deserved too. Like we're big Paul Telfer fans here on this channel, and
Oh.
and we're
Paul is
yes.
amazing. Only because I want to be selfish and like share more scenes with him. I would love
There
if
we go.
Melinda had an affair.
There's
with
the date.
Xander.
There's the one right there. All
There's
right.
the key.
You
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
take
have
Gwen
to
out
steal it,
first.
steal it.
Would be the two of you would be great at being bad together as well.
It's so fun. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think Melinda might actually be on the right side of morality when it comes to being compared to somebody like Xander. She could actually keep him on from making some of his worst choices.
Interesting. What do you think, Xander? I like his character too because he's also complicated. Like he always seems to be making the wrong,
And we're
taking the wrong
just
action
now,
for the right.
given the fact that we've only been watching for like 2 years, we're just now starting to get to know that side of Xander. Because for the longest time, he'd been goody two shoes Xander,
Oh,
doing
Now,
right for Sarah.
we saw the very long arc of he and his crazy mother, and Xander was
yes.
good then.
Yes. Oh, yes. He was good.
He was
Okay,
good
yeah.
he wasn't good for long, folks, but he was. But from our point of view, being brand new, he's always been good until now.
Well, we had because when I first got on the show in 2020, I think I had like one or two scenes where I blackmailed him and took $1 million. Melinda took $1 million from him.
He deserved
But
it.
yeah, yeah, and he and those were really fun scenes to do. But I took $1 million and I put it towards my daughter's like funds for refugee like legal aid. So that's
Yeah.
what.
See,
So I
she-
did something good with the money.
See, Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Robin Hood is what she
I wonder
is.
what she did with the money from the necklace. What did you do
That-
with that?
That's the question.
Maybe we're gonna find out in the plot later. Is there a character or an actor maybe from another project that you've done that you would love to bring over to Days of Our Lives to interact with as Melinda?
You mean from another soap? Or do
From
you
another
mean-
soap or any maybe somebody from the Bad Batch, some stormtrooper. I don't know.
I mean, truthfully, I would love if Carla came over to play from Beyond
Oh,
the
yeah.
Gates.
Yeah.
And he just came to Salem. That would be super fun. If I were her lawyer in some way, that would be really fun. Just because it'd be great to have my buddy around.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of friends. I would love if my friend Yada Martinez. I don't know if you know, she was on Jane the Virgin. She's
Oh yeah.
kind of like everywhere. It'd be fun if she came. We actually did a teen soap together at Nick at Night called Hollywood Heights years ago.
Oh, I think I remember that one.
Yeah, we became friends on that show.
Oh.
And we had one scene together, which was crazy because we hung out all the time. But
Was it like a Degrassi kind of show?
it was an adaptation of a telenovela, so it was very much like young woman is like obsessed with a pop star, and then they fall in love, and then she becomes a pop star, and then it's like
It's
dealing with
very
her.
heightened reality.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I
okay.
played the like entertainment, the really busybody entertainment lawyer. Lawyer, no,
Oh,
reporter.
okay.
It's like,
So you can't get off of the lawyer
I
characters.
know. Listen, my mom and dad really wanted me to be a lawyer in real life.
Uh-huh. And so now you get to play one on TV. All
I
right,
just had to
that's great. That's great. And hey, over in my little deep dive research, you played I think 10 episodes on General Hospital as a OBGYN. So you're a doctor too. You
Yes, I
know?
am a doctor. I
Yeah.
think I got to deliver one of
Yeah.
Kristen Storm's, her character.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah. You
That-
delivered Georgie, her daughter Georgie.
yes, I delivered Georgie.
Yes, the
That's right.
C-section.
Ben
Also,
Maxie and Spinelli's child.
yes. Also, according to my research, you fixed Lulu's uterus, so that's good.
I can't.
Yeah, there's an update on that. Ever since you fixed it, she has not used it. I'm sure she's very thankful, but she has not had another baby since. So
Oh my gosh, I didn't know I was such a good doctor.
you were an amazing
really
doctor.
didn't.
You did so much in 10 episodes. It's remarkable.
Mercy.
Honestly, you deserve to have your picture up on the wall with John Barandino.
Just like Peter Bergman. Just like Peter Bergman. She's not a real doctor, but she's played one on TV.
Exactly.
That's a commercial from the
Exactly.
70s. You know that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I think everybody knows that one, right? Everybody knows that
Well,
one.
I gotta ask. I kind of did. I looked up. Your birthday. You are 1 year older than my oldest child.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's not me. It's my
By
brother.
a month? By
Yeah.
a month? I mean, like, are we the same month and day?
No, but
Oh.
your birthday's in October, right?
Yes.
His
Almost.
is in November of '82.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
hey, hey. Hey,
Pretty
hey.
close.
Yeah.
Scorpio, fellow Scorpio.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm a Taurus. My mother's a Leo, and everybody's very happy for it.
That all actually works out.
Yeah.
Scorpio,
We're a little assertive.
Yeah, my sister's a Capricorn, and I don't remember what my dad is.
He's a Virgo.
Oh well, there you go. We're all something different. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? It was a wild household growing up. I guess my final thing that I'm curious about is before joining Days of Our Lives and General Hospital and having your little daytime career that you've had, your major daytime career. Let me not say little. That's mean. Did you
Compared to
have?
some series that have been on for 20 years? I mean, it's little, you know.
You know.
I respect.
Did you have a connection to soap operas? Did you have a favorite one? Did you watch them or anything like that
so-
before joining daytime?
So I will admit I had not watched a lot of daytime later in years, but I was in college very addicted to General Hospital.
Hey, that's a good one to be addicted to.
At the time, it was like all this drama with Carly and oh my gosh, Bernard, his character,
Sonny?
Honey.
Sonny.
Yes.
Sonny and Jason and Sam and at the time it was a transition. I watched when Tamara was Carly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then it became oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Blonde woman, she's wonderful.
Laura Wright
Laura
is
Wright?
the
Laura
current
Wright.
actress. Yes.
Yes, Laura Wright, she's wonderful. So I saw the transition between the two Carlys,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and that was really interesting. And when I met actually Brandon Barash too. When I met him and Tamara on our show on Days, I was like, I have to tell you, I was such a big fan. Like, can we take a video and like, can I send it to my best friend in New York? We used to watch you in college. And we were so obsessed with the show. And Carly was never done right, and all this like stuff.
Well, I've always said if you're gonna let Brandon out of that trunk of the car, I don't care if let him out of the trunk of that car. I want it. If he can't be Stefan, let him be Johnny Zakara.
Johnny Zakara, that's what he was.
We need
Yeah.
Brandon. Either way, we need Brandon.
We need Brandon on
is
TV.
Johnny Zakara still on the show or no?
No. He's the only Johnny. So, if they wanted to dust off old Johnny Sakara, they got to bring Brandon Brash. He's the only one.
And he's not dead. He's just out there.
So yeah, GH.
Yeah.
I only because I didn't know of the other soaps. Like when to watch. My girlfriend was my friend. She was very like obsessed with it. So it was like,
It's
what are you
really
doing right
easy
now?
to-
I have time between classes. I'll come watch.
It's easy to fall into a little obsession with your favorite soap. It really, really is. And I think that
They know how to hook you. Like you're listening. You're like, what am I watching? And then you're like, What's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen next?
I
And
gotta see them every day, and I gotta know what's going on with my
mm-hmm.
people.
And I really think that streaming is just the perfect platform for soap operas too. Like, I mean, you should know from personal experience. You're on Days of Our Lives, which is exclusively on Peacock.
Right.
And I just think that the binge mentality of people who want to watch the same thing for hours on end just leans into soaps, because you don't get to watch it for hours on end unless you're refreshing from the 2-year library that they have. But being able to have something to come home to that's the same show every day, I think is really valuable.
Not everybody has time at 1 o'clock in the day, so
Right.
streaming, that is the gift that we have, that people can watch it later.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how I start my day every day. Is that it's available at 6 a.m. I'm typically watching it somewhere between 6 a.m. and 7:30. I've started to watch it.
Wow.
She's one of the first over here on the East Coast to watch it.
But I'm retired, so I don't have anywhere I have to be in the morning.
Oh, I love that. I love that it's your part of your morning routine. That's
It is.
sweet.
Yeah.
Just sitting there with a little bagel, just watching all of this stuff go down.
Cream cheese, little smear, some everything seasoning.
Okay, I was just about to ask you, what's your bagel order? I'm from New York City. I needed to know, what was your bagel order? I would go there with you, but it was like, oh, okay, everything seasoning. All right,
Yeah.
you're a real one.
You pass. You pass.
But the only problem was that always gets stuck in your teeth, and it's a problem.
I know. I think of it as a little treat for later.
There you go. Well, there you go. Life advice live right here on the 10th Floor channel, everybody. Well, thank you so much for spending your afternoon with us, talking, chit-chatting about Days of Our Lives and all of that.
Is there anything you want us to know about?
Yeah, you got anything coming up that you want us to promote?
I feel like there's something, but I can't
Stay
think
tuned.
of it right now.
Stay tuned to the social media accounts and read what it is that's going on.
Actually, I would love more people to join me on Instagram, Tina Huang 381.
Well, boom, there you
So I
go.
can say hi there.
Yeah.
Would just love to keep in touch with the fandom.
Keep your eyes out for the romance novel coming out soon. Written by
Well,
Tina Huang.
I did some trolling on your Instagram this morning. You went on some fantastic vacations.
I did.
Well, there you go.
I did. I did. I had a great, crazy 3-week trip in Tuscany, and it was really wonderful. Yeah.
Is that where your husband's
I didn't post
from?
too much about it. What was that?
Is your husband from there? Or is
No, he's not. I studied abroad there when I was in college. I did taught English with the Red Cross, and I studied Italian opera and Italian art history. So I was there.
We should have been talking about that for the last hour.
I'm a total nerd for it, and I wanted to go back, and it was our 20th wedding anniversary.
Oh, that's real sweet.
awesome.
Yeah, I made a plan, and we went out there. Some friends met us for like a week, but the rest of the weeks we were just traveling around from different, like, Etruscan village to the next Etruscan village. So it was really very special. Yeah.
Here
Well,
I am.
those pictures were like phenomenal. I was like, well, look at her. She's having herself a good old time.
Next week I'll be posting from a lake in New York.
Hey, well, there you go. Well, our moderator.
That's kind of home for you, right? New York's
It
kind of
is.
home.
Oh.
Yeah, LA's home. I love LA, but yes, New York is always going to be home.
Isn't that where you grew up, though? You grew up in New York?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So I visited New York. I visited New York a couple of times, and the thing that surprised me was I had to be coached because I'm from here in California, right? And when you wait on the street corner to cross the street, you wait for the little walking man to show up on the little light thing. And when I went to New York, you don't do that. You just go.
In fact, I had to train it out of me, like not to cross on the green light, because I was like, what is everyone waiting for? But here in LA, they'll give you a huge ticket for crossing the street on what jaywalking. As they call it.
Yeah.
I wanted to also say that I love Sherry Jimenez. She's wonderful. I'm so glad she's on the show. And we had figured out, because she grew up in New York also, and she went to a sister performing arts school from mine, and she and I actually had the same representation when we were like kids, which is so crazy. I know.
That small world of Hollywood once again, but over there in New
Like,
York.
getting to her, it was like kismet, it was just like sharing that same like New York, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, was she like Stella Adler and you were Tish? Is that
No, I'm talking high school.
high schools.
I think I was at Music and Art, Performing Art, LaGuardia, Music and Art, Performing Art. You know Fame?
Yes.
Fame.
yes.
That's based on my high school.
Huh.
And we were bad, but we weren't as I mean, obviously as bad as Fame. But she went to, I think, PAS. I don't know. But that's something if you interview her again.
Yeah. We can talk about that ancient rivalry that we need to dust
We
off here
will.
for Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, she's been on the program, she's been on the show with us, and then we spent some time with she and her family at the Bourbon Room at the Day
Yeah.
Player, and sat and chatted with her mom and dad and her brother, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
Isn't it just the loveliest? Again, really great people on the show that are just so, everybody's so grateful. You know, we're real lucky.
And I really can't think of another genre in which we would be so lucky to be able to just sit down with such normal people and have such a normal time.
We are normal people.
You know?
We just have jobs. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's actually something Wally Kurth talked about, because we were lucky enough to go to Day of Days events in the past and be able to talk to some of the cast. And Wally Kurth mentioned that is one of the best things about being on daytime is it's as close to a 9-to-5 acting job as you're going to be able to get.
Yeah.
And the first Day of Days we went to, we got to do press, so
Yeah.
we got extended time with everybody, in a personal
that's great.
setting. Yeah, the first year, last year that wasn't available for us.
Oh.
They
I
just
was
did
at
a lot.
last year's. Oh, there was.
Yes, I know it's so funny. We were walking the opposite. We were actually talking to Stacey for a moment, and you were walking across the street very rapidly, and you were with Galen, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
You guys were walking quickly, and we said, "Hey, be on our show, be on the podcast," and you yelled, "Okay!"
Yep. And then
Story.
yeah,
True story.
and then months later I realized that I never sent an Instagram message, and clearly should have. Oh
Glad
gosh.
to finally be here. Thank you so much for
Yes.
having me.
Yeah, well, thank
I'll
you.
talk anytime to you guys. You're both very lovely and very, very
Oh,
well.
well, spread the word so more people do it too. So.
Share the link, or do you leave it up, or how does?
Oh
that
yeah,
work?
it's up. Just yeah. I'll send you a link when it's all done. So basically, we've been live broadcasting on YouTube this whole time. There's been a chat.
Oh, right.
People are watching. You've been entertaining, and people love you. There's been thank yous. There's been I love that you love General Hospital. Go Johnny Z. All sorts of different stuff in here in reaction. So once again, thank you very much. Continue to watch Days of Our Lives, folks. It's on Peacock. If you don't have your subscription, get one. And stay tuned. I mean, we're just getting started when it comes to Melinda's part of this story, it seems. Or hopefully we're just getting started without giving too much away. And so that's good. It's making a happy fan out of me, that's for sure. Follow the social medias, Tina Huang 381. That's on Instagram. And I don't know, just put her name in the Google box, folks. It'll come up. It'll come up.
It worked for me.
I mean, avoid chemists with the name Tina, and avoid anybody
yeah.
that's not
Yeah,
not
they're
this
also
Tina.
very good. I feel like she's a tech advisor named Tina Huang.
Yeah.
Pretty.
There's a
Yeah.
couple of them.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
few prominent Tina Huangs out there, but this is the one that you're looking for.
Yep.
That one. All right.
I know I'm later going to be like, I know there's something for me to promote, and I can't think of it. But you know what? This is about conversation, not
is.
self-promotion.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? On that note, like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us for more. Social media out there, 10th Floor GH. And that's it. Thank you again one more time for joining us. Hope to see you out and about there in the greater Los Angeles area. I've been lucky enough to do it on occasion, so hopefully we'll run into you again. That's it. Go swing for
We
the
would
fences,
be nothing
folks.
without the fans. Like,
No.
really, we would be nothing without the fans. I'm so
Aw.
deeply appreciative. So, thank you.
Well, I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And that's been Tina. Go swing for the fences, folks. And we'll catch you next week live right here on the 10th floor. Goodbye, everybody.
Ta-ta.
Bye.